Hello everyone, this is Aviva Tamar, your happy high priestess, here with another YouTube tarot card reading for you guys. I gotta work on my intro. So I'm gonna start off actually today with my major arcana only decks because I would like to do sort of a romantic kind of love kind of reading for y'all. So what I have for you is the Lisa Frank Tarot and the Cryptids Tarot. And they're only major arcana cards. So they're just going to give us the overall energies that we're working with here. And then we'll kind of go from there. So we're going to use the Cryptids Tarot for the Divine Masculine. So let's figure out where the Divine Masculine is right now. What energy is the Divine Masculine feeling or embodying at this moment? Ooh, ooh, hey! So if you follow me on Instagram at Thehappyhighpriestess, you will know that this morning for my daily reading, I got the Hierophant and the High Priestess. So this is the Hierophant. He's an eel man. The Hierophant is someone who is spiritually enlightened, connected to a higher realm. Someone who acts as kind of a bridge between one world and another. His counterpart is the the High Priestess. Almost said my own little name there. So the Hierophant's counterpart is the High Priestess because the Hierophant is usually shown to be the Pope, so a spiritual leader, and the High Priestess would be someone who is, or the High Priestess isn't really a person so much as the idea of divinity itself. It represents the church in the original tarot card deck, the Rider-Waite deck. So it's the same way a priest is married to the church, you know. So it's someone who is very connected to their spiritual side, who is also masculine. So yay, masculines gaining enlightenment at this time. That's cool. Let's move on to the Divine Feminine. All right, Divine Feminines, where are you at spiritually, physically? What is your overall energy right now for the Divine Feminine? Nothing else to come out. Oh, Divine Feminine, how are you feeling lately? Ooh, okay. We're going to have to force one out. So, let's go. 1, 2, and 3. Alright. That feels right. We got the Lovers. Okay. So, the Feminines right now either have a choice to make, or they are focusing on creating balance in themselves. They could be working on themselves in order to achieve union. All of these things are possible. So, excuse me. Shh, shh, shh. Sorry, my dog is loud. All right. So, we've got the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine here. Both are in some pretty good positions. We don't have the Tower or anything super negative right now, so let's see. The Feminines are probably working to create balance right now. I really feel like there's a choice that needs to be made on the part of the divine feminine right now. I don't know if it has to do with love or if it has to do with work as far as the decision that needs to be made. But whatever it is, once the decision's done, I feel like the divine masculine will be able to sense that. Sense that completion and balance. But there's definitely a focus on creating balance here for the divine feminine. All right, so let's focus on the Hierophant, the divine masculine. How is the masculine relating to the feminine right now? How is the masculine relating to and communicating with the feminine right now? Okay, so what we have here is the Queen of Cups. This is my Wonderland and Tarot deck, by the way. So the Queen of Cups, as the way that the masculine is communicating, presenting himself to the divine feminine. So if you're watching this specifically because you're looking for your counterpart and you're trying to wonder, you know, when will we come together? Who's this person going to be? That kind of thing. This person will relate to you in an intuitive kind of way. This person will communicate with you in a more emotional and intuitive fashion. They aren't going to be logic focused when they communicate with you. That doesn't necessarily mean that the person can't be a person who values logic. It just means that when they communicate with you and the way in which they relate to you as a person has to do with emotion and intuition, but not, it's slightly off kilter. The Queen of Cups sits on sand, right? Her feet are upon sand, whereas the King of Cups is on solid ground. So this person's emotions, when they communicate with you, may not be they may not communicate with confidence. Yeah, they may not communicate with the confidence of the King of Cups, but they will communicate in an emotional and intuitive fashion. Can I just say right now that I am seeing keys everywhere lately? I feel like something is being unlocked, and I feel like it has to do with this. I don't normally do romance readings. I don't normally do the masculine, feminine readings because that's not what I want to focus on. However, I will say that right now I feel like there's something going on with the masculines and feminines. I feel like there are some groups of people who need to come together in the very near future. So, like, all of us readers are being led to, I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but all of us readers are being led, guided to, you know, bring these people together. Okay. Stop jumping. We're going to put those back. We got the Hanged Man. I specifically wanted to, I didn't really have anything in my head. I didn't have a question. I was looking at the lovers, talking about this union. So it seems like it may not be time for the union just yet. That might be what that response is. Okay. The Hanged Man in this deck specifically is very much like you're just waiting it out. You're trapped in time because the Mad Hatter is cursed by time, essentially, to be stuck at tea time all the time. That's why he's the Hanged Man. You know, you're like trapped in this moment, or you're stuck in a loop, you know. So the Hanged Man indicates that maybe right this moment is not the correct time for this union, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that it is not happening right this moment, probably because we're stuck in old loops, which might, hey, that probably has something to do with this, like, trying to find balance deal. So, cool, that's helpful. All right, how does the divine feminine relate to and communicate with the divine masculine. Wow, that was... Ooh, okay. We're starting to understand the story here. So the Eight of Swords came out for the way the divine feminine is relating to and communicating with the divine masculine, which tells me why we're not coming together just yet. We're stuck in this loop, this time loop, this Groundhog Day, because we are so caught up in our emotions and our anxieties. We've become blinded and bound. We divine feminines are not acting upon our choices, or we are not making the choice out of fear. Ooh, that feels right. We are avoiding making a choice out of fear. Uh-oh. Okay, well, then, how do we move this forward? I'm going to do the same thing on both sides just because I don't know if you're masculine or feminine watching, you know. You could be a divine masculine, you could be a divine feminine, whatever. I'm going to make sure everybody gets information. So, back to the masculine side. What does the masculine need to let go of in order to move forward? What does the masculine need to let go? Whoa! Oh, no! Oh, no! It fell. Hold on. I have to rescue it. Okay. So, the Ace of Cups. So, the masculine needs to let go of some sort of emotional beginning. That's interesting. I don't know what that means. It could mean that you, the divine masculine, started something emotional, and you need to let go of that. This Ace of Cups is also appreciating the abundance that you currently have. That is interesting. There's a lot of emotion for the divine masculine, but I feel like they're not... I feel like they're not fully balanced in their emotion yet. They're definitely, like, this is good. Divine masculine looks like you got your shit together, for the most part, emotionally, but there's something not so solid going on here. If you need to release an emotional beginning, you may need to let go of your vision for the way things will start as far as this union. Yeah, okay, masculine, if you're relating to the feminine in purely an intuitive way, as in like not taking action and not speaking your truth, just kind of feeling your feels, and that's how you're relating to the feminine, that's probably why the feminine is feeling so much anxiety. It's because you're not revealing your feels, you're just feeling your feels. And the feminine doesn't know that you're feeling your feels, and you need to let go of these feels for some reason. Well, let's find out what's going on. What does the divine feminine need to let go of? What does the divine feminine need to release? Ooh. Huh. This is interesting. I'm asking what you need to release, and we keep getting positive, or cards that are normally associated with positivity. So this is the Three of Cups, which is reunions, coming together, celebrations. It looks like we need to let go of... I feel like both parties need to really let go of their idea of the way they're supposed to come together. Both parties need to just kind of release control of the situation right now. Because, like, we both have these ideas of the way we're supposed to come together, but it seems to be causing more negativity. Like, you need... The masculine needs to let go of this idea of the perfect beginning, right? And the feminine needs to let go of this idea of coming together with like joy. And the Three of Cups is like a reunion of friends. So it could be that the feminine, you might be focusing too much on someone from your past coming back, when in reality it could be that you don't know this person yet. And that might be why he hasn't revealed his feels, because he's just feeling feels and he doesn't know where they're coming from. You know? There's a lot of potential situations going on here, but it looks like we need to let go of our ideas of how to proceed on both sides. The masculine seems to be doing better than the feminine, and the feminine seems to be just like stuck in this loop of fear that is holding her back from making a choice and finding balance. So now I am going to pull cards to figure out how we can link these two together. How can we bring together the divine feminine and the divine masculine? How do we bring together? Whoa, 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 whoa. How do we bring together the divine? I got one card. Well, that's... How do we bring together the divine? I'm going to get one more. I feel like the story isn't complete yet. Okay, we got two more, but this'll do. Okay, so the first card we got is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is deception, betrayal, holding back, not telling someone the truth. Okay, all right, so Seven of Swords, not telling someone the truth, not being completely honest. The Four of Swords is resting, recuperating. The Seven of Wands is being ready to stand your ground and defend yourself, to guard the things you've worked for. And Judgment. Judgment is a card of rebirth. So what I think is going on here, which has no more value than the value you give it. So trust your own intuition, but I'm going to give my opinion here. So it looks like a situation in the past where someone wasn't being fully honest. I feel like that might be on its way out because of the Four of Swords. The fact that that's a resting and recuperating card. You are recovering, from this deception. Recovering from deception. Okay. And then we got the Seven of Wands with Judgment. Okay. The Seven of Wands and Judgment together tells me that someone oh, geez. Why can't I do things? There we go. So the Seven of Wands and Judgment together tell me that someone has been or is being reborn, right? Recreating themselves in a higher image. And when you do that, you often need to be ready to defend your point of view. You need to be ready to tell people, yeah, this is me. This is how I feel. I'm living my truth. And I'm going to do it whether you like it or not. Sometimes that's just how it is, It just started raining out of nowhere. Okay. All right, guys. So what we need to do in order to bring ourselves together is we need to stop being deceptive. We need to speak our truth, I think, and live our truth. We need to rest up from betrayals in the past and recover from those. We need to take a look at ourselves, make sure we are not being deceptive. And that does not mean necessarily lying outright. That can be just holding back information. Okay? That's deception. So, divine masculines, if you're feeling your feels and you're gaining enlightenment, you should probably share some of that with your divine feminine. And divine feminine, you really, really, really need to take a moment to examine yourself and go, what are these ego patterns that I'm repeating that are preventing me from growing? Because once you do grow and become reborn as this spiritual person, you will be the high priestess. You'll be able to come together with your Hierophant. So did I say that funny? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. Both of y'all need to get your shit together and be honest about your feelings. You need to let go of your ego patterns. Some of us need to take psychology courses to learn about how our brains work in order to fix that. You can watch YouTube videos. Psych2Go is the best psychology, like quick snippets of psychology information YouTube channel. That sentence didn't make any sense, but I'm going to say it again. Psych2Go is a channel on YouTube that does psychology videos. I highly recommend them, especially if you want to learn more about the way your brain works so that you can quit with the ego patterns, okay? It's very, very helpful, so I recommend checking it out. We're going to put those away. I'm going to do a couple more cards, I think. I'm going to pull out my Wild Offering Oracle. Yeah. I'm going to pull out the Wild Offering Oracle. And I'm just going to ask one message for the masculine, one message for the feminine. A message for the divine masculine. From the higher selves. From the universe. Whatever higher power you believe in, just insert higher power here, okay? Message for the divine masculine. Oh, there it is. True offering. There's the card. May I release the fears, illusions, and addictions that keep me from true offering. May I relax into your plan, trusting that the next steps will always be shown. Use me, love. Use me for the highest. I am yours alone. So that's for the divine masculine. Now a message for the divine feminine, please. Forgiveness. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. So you could be needing to forgive yourself, or you may be needing to forgive others. Whatever it is, it's okay to forgive even if they're not sorry. Because forgiveness is all about your own mental health. It has nothing to do with the other person. So, masculine, you need to work on that true offering and letting go of your illusions, fears, and addictions. Probably the same for divine feminine, but also feminine, you need to focus on forgiving yourself, forgiving others, and just accepting what is. Okay? I think I'm done. I think that's it. That's everything that needed to be seen. Thank you again for joining me. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, maybe? I'm going to try to be more regular about this. Put a schedule in place, maybe. Hopefully, you guys will be seeing more of me in the very near future. Y'all have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever. Man, I need a send-off. Bye, y'all.